Welcome to House Smarts. I'm Lou Manfredini. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot coming up on today's show, but our feature is all about a historic renovation. It's right behind me, and I got to tell you, it's absolutely beautiful. This couple stuck to their guns to do it right. It takes a lot of patience, and we're going to show you the fruits of their labor. J.R. Russo and his wife Stephanie Conforti live in the Orlando neighborhood of Lake Eola Heights in a 1918 bungalow. The area is on the National Register of Historic Places. J.R. and Stephanie have just finished a 6-year renovation project following the preservation guidelines for the area. When they purchased it, the home was being used as a rental property.
Originally, the front house, or the main house, was a boarding house where the owner and 2 other occupants lived downstairs, and upstairs were 3 bedrooms with a large bathroom and space for boarders.
Some people, and I've worked with a lot of clients in renovating homes, they have it. They can see the potential. Did you have it?
We had some of it. I could see some of the potential. I did see the beautiful woodwork and the fireplace and all of these little touches that really appealed to me.
And you moved staircases and you created closets. I mean, even the built-ins here in the dining room, didn't you flip those around?
We did. We turned them around. They were originally intended to be part of the living room, but because the living room was a little small, we turned them around and I used them more as a dining room to keep the china. The fireplace was originally concrete block that was formed to look like brick and then painted. So I did a lot of research into tiles that would have been appropriate for a fireplace of that era.
Because their entire neighborhood is on the National Register of Historic Places, there are limitations in how the house could be renovated.
There wasn't any rules in terms of what you could paint colors,
right?
But there are rules if we decided to blow out the front of the house. That really would have to go through the preservation board.
This house in particular was worthy of preservation because it had really what we called really good bones. It had been damaged quite a bit by various owners doing some work to it that would what we would call inappropriate. Through the preservation program, this neighborhood was designated as a historic neighborhood, and when that happens, then there's a set of rules and regulations that go along, plus someone like me, a historic preservation officer, to help the homeowners and kind of guide them through their restorations and additions and things they want to do to their property.
What makes a historic home significant? Its age, its condition, an important architect, a famous resident, or significant use in the community.
We really wanted to stucco the garage. It was originally wood siding, but because the main house and the little house on the back of the property are both stuccoed, we thought it would fit in better. Because we're a corner lot, it's a prominent feature, and we thought it would fit better if it was stuccoed.
What do you think now?
I think they did us a favor. We look pretty good. I think that the different textures really bring out the garage and separate it from the home.
They fixed up the smaller building on the property first and lived in it while the main house was under construction. Finding the people with the right skills to work on a house like this is always challenging. It's even worse during hurricane season.
We gutted the main house a week before Hurricane Charlie. And then there were 3 other hurricanes that year that affected this area immediately, as well as surrounding areas, which took away from all the resources, from supplies all through to labor and skill. And it got to a point, actually, I have some background and some experience, so we actually took the project on ourselves.
When you preserve homes and buildings and neighborhoods, you're preserving that sense of history and a sense of place, and giving people a place to go that they can feel comfortable in, where they know there's been people there before them and their ancestors. It's just a whole way of keeping that going.
Trying to be true to the original look of the home takes a lot of research, but sometimes you just get lucky.
Through a long process of testing and trying different colors from different brands and combinations, we came up with the current color scheme you see. And a few months after that, we were actually doing some painting. We went to remove the mailbox on the front porch, and lo and behold, behind the mailbox were the original colors.
So don't go away, because I'm going to have more information on what it takes to do a historic renovation coming up. But right now, take a look at this green piece.